Anyone? What we have discussed in the last session? Yes, am I audible?
Temporary and variable
Temporary tables and table variables, right? And how to declare a variable. So these are the things we have discussed in the last session. How to declare a variable and how to assign a value into that variable, right? And what is a table variable and what is a temporary table, and what kind of scenarios we are using the table variable and what is the temporary table. How many kinds of temporary tables we have? Local and global. So what is the difference between this temporary table and table variable also we have discussed, right? So how we are declaring a variable? So if you want to declare any variable, you have to use the declare statement, declare at the rate of employee number or whatever. Okay, for example, I want to keep inside one number, that is 100. Okay, or employee number or whatever, anything. Okay, simple, I want to make it as a number. So inside this variable I'm going to put inside a number that is 100. So this is in 2008 only you can directly assign a value in the declaration part. Before 2008 it's not possible to assign a value directly over here. So this 100 value we are going to assign into the variable at the rate of number. Before that, how we are doing? We are using the set keyword. Set at the rate of number is the variable equal to 100. So the other way is you can use select also. Select at the rate of number equal to 100. Okay. So what I want to do? Whatever the maximum employee number in my table, select star from EMP1 table. Okay, so in this table whatever the max employee number is there, so that number I want to assign into this variable at the rate of employee number. How can we do? So first, how we will get the max employee number? Simply you can make it max of employee number. Okay, it will give the maximum employee number in your table, that is 300. So this value I want to assign into this variable. How can we do? Any idea, guys? Deepti? Right, we can do like this way. You can simply put the variable value in the select statement at the rate of number equal to max of employee number from EMP. So this value we are going to assign into this variable. Okay, right. So now you can select whether that value is coming into that variable or not. You can see anything if you want to display, if you want to see, so you can say 300 is coming. First we have declared one variable, and into this variable we are going to put a value that is max of employee number. That is select a number. If you want to give alias name, yes, you can give the number. This is the another way to assign a value from a table into a variable. Okay, right. So now my requirement is I want to check, is there any records inside a table or not? This is the table. Select start from EMP1. Okay, so inside this table, is there any record or not? At least one record. How can we find out? So my requirement is, if there is any record, yes, I want to print records exist. If the records are not exist, this table don't have any record, I want to print record not exist. Okay, so how can we do this one? So first, what you are going to check here, you are going to check whether there is any record inside the table or not. So this is a condition. So wherever you are going to check anything, so you have to use the if condition. If something is there, if the condition is satisfied, okay, if condition true, right, what will happen? I want to print record exist. If it is false, then condition false means there is no record. Then I want to print record not exist. Got it? Right. So how can you check whether there is any record or not? Simple. I'm going to write down the condition like this way. If exists, select star from EMP1 table. So this statement will check, is there any record or not, the exist class. If there is any record, I want to print record exist. If there is no record, what you want to do? So you have to use the else. Anything. If there is no record, if there is a record, then it will display whatever you have written here. If nothing is there, then it will come to the else block and it will print record not exist. Okay, if you are executing this one, see, it is displaying record exist, means so it is printing this statement. The reason, this is satisfying the condition. What is the condition? If any record inside the table exists, then I want to print this one. If not exist, I want to print the second. For example, in table EMP2, there is no records, I think. We'll check. I want to truncate the table and get table EMP2. Nothing is there now. Okay. So if you are executing this SQL command, no data, then what it will print now? It will print this one, record not exist, because so it is going to check inside this query, inside this EMP2 table, if there is any record exist, it will execute the first block. If not exist, it will go to the second block. Am I correct? Right. Just execute now. See, record not exist, because there is no record inside the table. Okay, right. So one more simple scenario. If 1 equal to 1, then what it will do? I want to print yes, 1 equal to 1, else no, 1 not equal to 1. So which statement it will print now? It will print first statement, because 1 equal to 1 it will satisfy. Yes, 1 equal to 1. Okay, and if 1 equal to 2, I am going to write down this condition. It will check whether 1 equal to 2 or not. If it is true, then it will print this first statement. If not true, then it will come to the else statement. See, no, 1 not equal to 1 it is printing. It is coming to the second statement. Okay, so what if else is doing? If is checking the condition, if it is satisfying, immediately it will execute whatever the statements you are putting inside here. If the condition is not satisfying, directly it will jump into else part. Whatever the statements you are putting inside the else part, it will execute those conditions. Okay, right. So another requirement by using this if clause is, if what is the maximum salary in your table? Okay, so what is the maximum salary in your table? I want to find out. What is the maximum salary in your table? Select max of salary from EMP. 5,000. Okay, so I want to add 500 if the salary is less than 5,000. So first you have to check the condition, whatever the maximum salary in your table, that is 5,000. Okay, so now if the maximum salary is less than 5,500, I want to add 500. Okay, otherwise else I don't want to add anything. I'm just printing whatever the value is there. The condition is, if the maximum salary in EMP table is greater than 5,000, sorry, less than 5,000, less than 5,500, I want to add 500 rupees. Otherwise, I want to print whatever the maximum value. How can we do this? So you can do like this way. First, you can put this maximum salary inside a variable. Declare a variable max salary variable integer, right? So you can assign this maximum salary value into this variable. right? So now we can write down the condition. What condition? Whatever the variable value here, if this variable value less than 5500, okay, then what I want to do? I want to add whatever the maximum salary plus 500. Else I want to just print whatever the maximum salary. Instead of printing, you can write down select also. Okay, so what it will check? First, it will declare a variable, and whatever the maximum salary in your table, it will keep inside this variable. So what is the maximum salary? The maximum salary is 5,000. So the 5,000 is less than 5,500. So then it is satisfying the condition. Then I will come over here and I will add this 500 to the maximum salary. Then it will become as a 5,500. Right? Right. So you can execute this one. It is printing 5,500 because this condition is satisfying and it is adding the value over here. Okay, right. So how to write down the nested if conditions? If the maximum salary is less than 5,500, it will execute this one. If it is not less than 5,500, then it will come to else part. Okay, so inside this else part, one more if condition I am going to write down. Okay, so you guys observe most of the times whenever they are using if clauses, they will write down this like this way: begin, and when we are writing this begin and, if you are going to write down more than single statement, you can use begin and. Why? So we are making this all statement as a one transaction. We'll discuss about the transaction later. Okay, right. So in else part, what we are doing, I want to write down one more condition checkup. So when this will come to the else part, if the maximum salary is less than 500 and 5,000. Again I am going to check if the maximum salary is less than 3,000. Then I want to print, I want to add, you can write on begin statement. It's your wish. If it is more than single statement, yes, you have to write down begin select at the rate of max salary plus 300. If the maximum salary is less than 3,000, then I want to add 300. Okay, then else statement, else I want to print the maximum salary. You can write down here also begin. For each block you can write down the begin end. The final end statement you can write down over here. Sorry, we didn't begin here, right? How many begins you are using, so that many number of ends you have to write down. I will explain you one more time. So why it is displaying error here? The reason, you have started the begin over here, you didn't end it. Now it will come. So this is my first condition. If the maximum salary is less than 5,500, sorry, 5,500. If the condition is satisfying, it will come to the this block. This begin and this will end. Whatever is there, it will print over. If it is greater than 500, 5,000, then it will come to the else part. So what it will do in the else part? In the else part, we are going to write down one more if condition. What is that? Yes, the salary, the maximum salary is less than 5,500. Again, I am going to check if the maximum salary is less than 3,000. Then I want to add 300. Else means the salary, it may be 5,000 or 4,000, anything. Then I want to just print select maximum salary. See what value will come as per this logic. Now this maximum salary is 5,000. The value will come like this way, 5,000. So what value it will print this statement? Guys, Deepthi? Anyone please? So if I am executing this statement, what value it will print? Please answer.
Ram, so the max salary is 5,500, correct?
No, 5,000 only.
Oh, 5,000 only. If 5,000 is less than 5,500. Yes, so the first condition will execute 5,500.
Right, so it will take the first condition. If the maximum salary is 2,000, then
Yeah, the first condition only. If maximum salary is less than 5,500.
okay. If the salary is 7,000,
Yeah, 7,000, it comes here to the second loop. So 7,000 less than 300, no. Then else select at max sal. So it comes here. It prints 7,000, right?
okay.
Hmm.
Which one it is printing? 7,000.
Yeah, 7,000.
Can you please explain how it is working?
So if 7,000 is less than 5,500, no.
Okay.
So it
Then
goes to the else
there
part.
it will else part.
Else part, and then if 7,000 is less than 3,000, no. And then else, select this one. Select 7,000.
So finally it will execute this command,
This one.
right?
Yeah.
So first it will check 7,000 is less than 5,500 or not. It's false, right? The condition is false.
Correct. Yeah.
So then it don't execute anything over here. So it will come to the else part.
Yeah.
So inside the else part we have one more if class. It will start the begin and it will come to the if class and it will find out the salary whatever. It is 7,000, right? If the 7,000 is less than 3,000, again it is false. So if it is false, then it will move to the second else condition. Okay, so then it will print whatever the maximum salary you have. Okay, so simply I am going to assign the value 7,000 over here. Right, so just execute this one.
So this MSBI database, have you provided it to everyone? Like how is it now? I don't have a database. So what should I
Always I
do?
am using only one table script. Okay, I will share that script.
What's that, Ram?
No, I am using one single table. The table is select star from EMP. So this is the table structure I am using for every query.
No, that is
Okay.
there in MSBI database, right?
Yeah, this table is in this database. I'm just naming this database name as MSBA. Okay.
No, for my practice, I have to download the AdventureWorks only,
Mm.
is it? I have the
Oh,
SQL Server Management Studio.
okay. So if you
Uh,
want, I will share this one. No problem. Okay. I will mail it to you the create script and whatever the data insert script. Okay. All I will share. You can use inside your
uh-huh.
database.
But AdventureWorks comes handy, right? I mean, it's a
Yeah, you can do the adventure works also, no problem.
uh-huh.
But the
Okay.
people will understand easily this EMP table. That is the reason I'm using this one.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, right. So the next thing is, do we have for loop in the SQL Server?
While is there, right? No for loop.
No for loop. Instead of for loop, we are going to use the while loop. So what this while loop will do? Until it is satisfying a condition, it is looping it will checking the condition again and again until it is satisfying the condition. For example, I have two records, two variables, or simple you can write down while 1 less than or equal to 10, okay, begin print my name is Ram. How many times it will print? How many times it will print? Any idea, guys? It will infinite times of it will loop it because it never satisfies this condition. It never satisfying the condition because you are not incrementing. For example, first it is coming here in the while loop, it will check 1 less than or equal to 10. It is executing this one and again it is going to check again 1 less than or equal to 10 because you are not changing this value. So that is the reason what I am going to do here. I want to declare two variables. Declare, okay, at the rate of loop counter value, that is integer, equal to 1, and one more variable, okay. So you no need to declare this variable, the maximum variable. So you just take this variable over here. Okay, simple. Instead of putting the direct value 1 here, what I want to do, I want to keep inside a variable. So now you can do like this way. For each loop, I want to increment the value 1 for this variable. Okay, right. First it will come over here, start the execution. It will declare a variable at the rate of loop counter. The variable data type is integer and I am keeping the value is 1. Okay, then it will come to the while loop. It will check the condition while the value whatever is inside this variable is less than or equal to 10 or not. Yes, it is satisfying the condition because the value inside this variable is 1. 1 less than or equal to 10, right? Then it will come to the begin statement. So I am going to print this value. Print name is Ram like this way, or you can do like this way. You can print the variable value only, whatever the variable value you have. Okay, right. So what value it will print? It will print the value is 1. Because inside this variable the value is 1. Then here what is happening here? For this variable we are going to assign the value. So this variable value is 1, right? Then we are adding 1 plus 1. So now the value for this at the rate of loop counter is 2. So here again it is coming to check the condition. What is the value for the at the rate of loop counter? 2. Is 2 less than or equal to 10? Yes. Then what value it will print? At the rate of loop counter equal to 2. Then again it will set the condition 2 plus 1, that is 3 will come. So is 3 is less than or equal to 10? Yes. Then it will print 3. So in this way until it is reaching the value 10 it will loop it. You can check. See, it is printing 10 numbers. The reason, first it will start, initial start of the value equal to 1. So what we are doing, for each loop, for each execution of the loop, we are going to increment the value 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay. So then it is displaying the, it is reaching the condition at some time 10, then 10 less than or equal to 10. Okay, right. So this is the while loop. What exactly the while loop will do? It will check the condition. Okay, it will check the condition, and whatever the execution part you have written inside here, until the condition is satisfying, it is looping automatically. Okay, so when you are going to break this value, okay, when you are going to break this value, for example, so when it is looping, first you are starting the value with 1 at the rate of loop counter equal to 1, and so the 1 will come, it will check whether the condition is satisfying or not. Yes, less than equal to 10, it is printing this value, and it is adding the value. It is setting the value for each increment. It is looping 1, 1, 1, 1. It is adding 1 plus 1, 2, 2 plus 1, 3, 3 plus 1, 4, 4 plus 1, 5. So what I want to do, when this variable value is at 5, here I am checking if at the rate of loop counter equal to 5, what I want to do, I want to break this one. Break means I want to stop the execution. Simply you can print like this way. Print execution stop because the loop counter value reached the 5. So what is happening here? First we are going to declare a variable. Inside this variable we are assigning the value 1. So 1 will come, the while loop will start, the condition is satisfying 1 less than or equal to 10. So it is going to begin. So whatever the value you have, it is printing. It is the value 1, it will print. Then immediately it will check the condition. If at the rate of loop counter, whatever the variable value equal to 5, then it will stop. So in the first loop, is it satisfying the condition? No. Because the at the rate of loop counter value is 1 right now. So it don't break the condition. Right? So it will add one value for the variable. So the value is 1. 1 plus 1, 2 will come. So the variable value is 2. Then again it is going to start the looping. The variable value, it will check 2 less than or equal to 10 or not. Yes, it is again satisfying the condition. It will print the value second. Okay. Then it will come to this condition. If at the rate of loop counter value equal to 5, but the value for the loop counter value variable is 2 only, it is not satisfying the condition. Again it will reset the value. The previous value is 2. 2 plus again 1, 3. So in this way, 3 plus 1, 4, 4 plus 1, 5. So when you are reaching the variable value this loop counter equal to 5, then it will stop the execution. It will stop the looping while loop. So you can check over here like this way. See, it is printing up to 5 values. Whenever this variable is getting the value 5, the condition is satisfying, it is breaking the loop and it will come outside. It is printing the execution stopped because the loop counter is reached 5. Clear? Okay. Right. So we have another keyword. The break condition is for, the break keyword is for to break the loop whenever the certain condition is satisfied. Okay. So we have another one is, that is continue keyword. Okay. That is continue keyword. So the continue keyword, what it will do? It will continue the looping. So I have a variable that is at the rate of loop counter. Okay, the value for this loop counter is 1. So I'm going to write down the while condition at the rate of loop counter is less than or equal to 3. Okay, then begin the statement. Okay, so what I want to do? I want to set the value at the rate of loop counter equal to at the rate of loop counter plus 1. I want to increment the value. Okay, so if at the rate of loop counter equal to 2, then I want to do what I want to do. I want to continue. And now I want to print this loop counter value. Sorry, I will explain it clearly, no problem. Okay. Execution stop. Right. So the first I have declared a variable, that is this is at the rate of loop counter. and the value I have assigned for this is 1. Okay, so now it is coming and checking the status. This variable value equal to 1 and 1 is less than or equal to 3 or not. Yes, it is less than or equal to 3. Condition is satisfying. It will start the execution at begin. It will begin the execution. It will come to over here. And what is the value is there? The value for this one is 1. So 1 plus 1. So what value it will assign? 2. So then it will come to this condition if at the rate of loop counter equal to 2. Yes, it is 2 because we just updated set the value for the loop counter equal to 2. So then it will continue. Otherwise it don't continue. For example, here if I am taking 0, what will happen? So the 0 will come over here. 0 less than or equal to 3. Yes, the condition satisfied. And it will start the execution and it will assign the value over here. What value? 0 plus 1. The value is 1. So if 1 equal to 1, is the condition satisfying? Not satisfying. 1 not equal to 2. Then what it will do? It will print this one. We'll see what will happen. See. So 0 is coming over here. It is less than or equal to 3. The condition is satisfying. And it is coming over here. 0 plus 1 is 1. So 1 is not satisfying with 1 with equal to 2. So then it is continuing the execution. No, it is not continuing the execution. So then it will print the execution stop. Okay. Right. So one more scenario I will take for this while loop. In EMP table, I have the salaries. So it's a bit little confusing. Don't worry. Okay. So once you are starting the practicing, you will get good idea. Okay. So I will take AdventureWorks database. So Deepthi also using AdventureWorks database. But we'll check whether the tables are there or not. I think this database is better. Right. So I have this table. Select star from. Select the proper database. Right. So this is the product table. So here what I am going to do here, the average list price in a product table. Okay, there is a list price. We'll check LISTPRICE. So how these column names are populating here? We are calling this is a business intelligence. How can you enable this business intelligence? You just right click in on your window and intelligence enabled. If you are enabling this intelligence, automatically whenever you are typing something, the similar columns will come. List price. Okay. So what is the average list price for each product? So we have 100 products. For each product, what is the average price? You can find out like this way. Okay. So what I want to do, I want to keep this value inside a variable you can declare a variable, declare at the rate of average list price integer. Okay, so you can assign the value into this variable like this. Okay, right. So now I'm going to check the while condition. If the average salary for the average list price for the product is less than $300, this price less than $300, so what I want to do, I want to just multiplying the list price for each product with 2. Okay, so I want to update this table. Update, what is the table? Production dot product. Set okay, set which column we are going to update? List price equal to list price multiplying with 2. I want to hike, I want to double the salary, sorry, list price. For example, I have 3 products, Santur, Nirma, Lux. 3 soaps I have, and the price for each product is, this is 250, this is 300, this is 200. So the average price for these products is how much? 300 plus 250 plus 200 divided by 3. So this will give the average. Sorry, it is not giving the average. You can do like this way. Divided by 3. 250 is the average price. Okay, so my condition is the average price is less than 300. I want to multiply all this with 200. Sorry, 2. Okay, like this way. Multiplying the Santur with 2, what will come? 500. And the 300 into 2, 600 will come. And this is multiplying with 2, 400 will come. Okay, right. So then after you are updating the value, then again I am going to check what is the maximum list price in this table. What is the max list price? 600. Okay, if that max list price in that product table is greater than 500, okay, if it is greater than 500, I want to stop the update. So I want to stop update like you can stop the looping, means you can break it, right? Come over here. Okay, it will update the record over here with 2. Now the condition here is select, sorry, if condition you have to write down. So instead of declaring a variable and instead of putting that value inside a variable, you can directly write down the condition over here also, the statement, SQL statement. Select max list price from this table greater than 500. Okay, If it is greater than 500, then what I want to do? I want to stop immediately the break. I don't want to do once again the looping. Okay. So instead of using this variable here, you can directly put those statement over there in the place of this at the rate of average price, like this. Okay. So the while condition will check whether the average list price is less than 300. So if it is satisfying the condition, I want to multiply each product list price with 2. So it will double the price. So after doing this one, I am going to check the condition. What is the maximum list price in the table? Which product having the max list price? So that list price, so as per our example, the maximum here it is coming 600. So the 600, if it is greater than 500, means any product, if any product the list price is greater than 500, I want to stop to increment the value, to update the value. So I don't want to go to the loop once again. If you are looping once again, it is going to check condition and it is going to update the record if it is satisfying. I want to break the condition. So else I want to continue. Continue means again it is going to loop it and it will check the condition. What is the average price after you are updating the list price for each product? So now what is the average price? Select 500 plus 600 plus 400 divided by 3. So now the average price is coming 500. So the 500 is less than or equal to 300? No. After you are updating this list price, also the average price is less than 300. Again it is going to update the record. Again it is going to multiply the record. Okay. So this is the statement we did over here. Else it is continue. Then finally it will print. What do you want to print here? Too much for market to bear. So when it will print that value? If this value is greater than the maximum list price for a product is greater than 500, so we are going to write down the print the value. So the customer can't bear to purchase the product because the value is going to greater than 500, the maximum value for the product. So in my company, we don't sell any product greater than 500. Okay, this is the condition. You just execute this one, what will happen? Cannot use break outside the scope. Okay. What is the error? So you have to start the begin statement, because in this while loop, this is a while loop, inside the while loop you have used these many conditions. So these many statements you have simply write down begin end class. So don't forget, whenever you are using if, whenever you are using while, whenever you are using else condition, it's better to write down the begin else. Sorry, see, command completed successfully. Okay, so what's happening here? First it is checking the value. The average list price is less than 300 and it is multiplying with 2, and then after you are updating the list price for all the products, if it is greater than 500, then it will stop the looping and it will stop. If you are going to loop once again, it will update the records. No, I don't want to loop because the maximum salary, maximum list price I want to maintain 500 only. Okay, then I want to break. If this condition is not satisfying, means even though after you are updating the list price of the products, if it is less than 500, means it is coming to the else part. So I want to continue the loop. Continue means again it will go to the starting point to start the execution. Break means it will come outside and it will stop the execution. Okay, these two are the break and continue. Break means it will stop the looping. Continue means it will continue the loop. So these are the things. So please practice one by one. So you have to focus more. You have to put your mind more focusedly. Okay. So otherwise you can't understand. So this is the only one trick in our SQL server. How it is looping and how it is coming. Okay. So please practice. In tomorrow's session we'll discuss about the cursors. Inside the cursor, how can we use the while loop? How can we use the temporary table? How can we use the table variable? So all those things we'll discuss. Okay. Any doubts so far? Clear, right? Okay, we'll meet tomorrow. Thank you.